Hello, we're going to be restoring this old Lego Pirate box today. It's full of sellotape, it's tatty around the edges, it's ripped, it's torn, it's seen better days. A lot of the box is still intact. It's still got the cellophane and a lot of the graphics are nice and clean, but it is missing a side. And as I say, it's full of rips, and it just needs a little bit of love and attention. So to begin with, I'm just going to snip away at some of the sellotape. I don't want to pull it off because it'll take the design off with it and we'll be worse off than where we started. So just giving it a little trim, get rid of some of that loose sellotape, and then we're going to use PVA glue just to shore up some of these edges and stick back down some of the joins. Use a few books just to help that stick nice and strong. Glue along that edge. Some of the tears are a little bit more complex, like this one here. So just carefully glue in. And then I'm going to put a piece of card on the rear side of that just to ensure that it stays strong and doesn't come apart. And then to fix this edge, we're going to use a cornflake box. And what I've done is I've got a piece of greaseproof paper and I've been able to trace the contour of the little window there. And I'm going to use that as a template to cut out the shape of this cornflake box. So there you can see I've done just that. And I'm just matching it up there. And we can use some of the cornflake box to replace the side of the Lego box. And then the return of it can be a flap that sort of folds inwards and gives the whole box a bit more rigidity. Now we are going to have to recreate some of the graphics for the side of the box, so we'll dive into Photoshop and I'll show you how I've done that. Start off by taking, I just Google imaged a picture of the side of this box. Luckily I was able to find one. It's not the greatest resolution, but I'm going to use that as the basis. So I've got a Photoshop file that is the same dimensions, 7 centimeters by 28.5 centimeters. And I'm just reshaping that graphic so it fits nicely on there. I'm also just touching up a few little bits and pieces. I've just brought in a new Lego logo that's slightly higher res just so that it looks a bit cleaner when we print this out. And the system logo as well. And I can do the same for the island and the guys in the boat. Again, I've struggled to find really high quality images here, but I think it's good enough. And then in this bottom corner, the original photograph isn't that great. The light's bouncing off the glossiness of the box and you kind of lose the image. So I found other versions of this box that have a warning label. So I'm going to steal that and cover up the image in the right hand corner where it's not quite as clear. So I've printed them out and cut them to size, and I'm going to use spray mount to attach them to the cornflake box. And then we can start sticking it all together and making this box a whole lot more complete. I'm also going to reinforce some of these edges just by cutting small amounts of card and sticking them in there as well. should help it last a lot longer. So now we've got something that looks like a complete Lego box, but we are missing the inlaid tray. So I'm going to create one of those out of this corrugated cardboard. I think it's a little bit thicker than you would usually find in a Lego box, but it'll do the job. So some careful measurements and drawing a template, cutting it out and then sticking it all together. And ta-da, we have an inlay box. This should make the whole thing feel a lot more sturdy. And then I might just line the box with some of this purple paper, just because the original inlay tray was purple, I believe. I just did a little bit more tidying up, make sure everything was stuck down and glued properly and there were no frayed edges. And this is the final result. So we've gone from having quite a tired box that was ready for the bin to being fully restored, and a nice addition to my collection. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to come on more Vintage Brick Adventures, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.